Welcome to our NCAA Championship press conference with Louisville. We're joined by head coach Danny Busboom Kelly and student athletes Anna DeBeer and Iko Jones. A reminder to everyone, please no video recording of press conferences and please silence your cell phones. Coach, if you would, please begin with an opening statement on the championship match tomorrow night, and then we'll go to questions.
Pretty excited to be here. Made history for our program. It's a big deal, and we're still just soaking it all in and going one moment at a time. I know we're all a little bit tired right now. That game, unfortunately, lasted way too long. But again, just happy to be here and excited to live another day.
We'll take questions for Coach and the student athletes now. Please raise your hand if you have a question, and we'll bring you a microphone. Please identify yourself and affiliation, and identify by name who your question is for.
All right, Nate, you good? Okay. Amy Just, the Lincoln Journal-Star, Anna and Iko. I mean, it's been like 15, 16 hours or so since that match ended. Has it hit you yet that y'all are playing for a national championship? And what are your emotions and what have the reactions been like from your friends and family?
I was just saying last night, it felt so surreal. I don't think it hit me until maybe even this morning. I was still thinking about it, and I was like, I need to let this sink in. Like, we are literally playing in the national championship. So no, still right now, I'm in awe.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't think it will truly hit me until maybe 2-3 weeks from now. But I have the knowledge that we won last night, and I have the knowledge that we'll be playing tomorrow, and we're scouting in practice. But I don't think the weight of the situation or the experience has truly sunk in yet, and I think that's because there's more work to be done.
Lincoln Arena, Omaha World Herald. Danny, you saw the video of the Freeman students wishing you good luck. What was your reaction to that? And also, we talked about the support of Nebraska, but specifically from Freeman, your hometown, your home community that traveled to your matches and kind of support you. What has that meant to you?
Yeah, the video was pretty cool. First of all, I'm really impressed with their choreography. I mean, it was like spot on. So really, really impressed. Technology's gotten a lot better since I was a student at Freeman. But no, it means a ton, and my hometown's about an hour and a half away, and I got pictures of my friends wearing like DBK t-shirts, and these are like classmates that I don't speak to all the time, and they're still out here and so excited and spending the time and the money to come up here and watch us. It really means a lot.
You're not going to have an impromptu 20-year reunion this weekend?
No, I don't think so. Geez, am I really 20 years out?
Hi, Cedric Golden, Austin American Statesman. Danny, you guys broke through this year to get to the title game, and you're up against a team that's used to being here. What are your impressions of Jared Elliott and the job he's done at Texas?
Yeah, I know Jarrett a little bit personally, and I think he's a great guy, and I think he does things the right way and treats his players and staff really well. And obviously, he's built a dynasty, and every year they're expected to be in the Final Four. And I know when they're not in the Final Four, people are asking, what's wrong with Texas this year? So that's a pretty hard spot to be in, and it's a lot of pressure year in and year out, and they handle it really, really well, and just really impressive, just the consistency of the program.
Yeah, M.A. Vopel from ESPN.com. Anna and Ayoko, I wonder if you could talk about the future of volleyball as you see it as young players right now. I know there's a pro league in development. Athletes Unlimited had a league this past couple of years. There's obviously overseas leagues, but as players in the United States, how do you see the future if you two want to continue playing professionally?
I just think volleyball as a sport is continuing to grow each day, and just to see like the record-breaking viewership this season, and how more and more people are starting to become interested and falling in love with it. And I just think people don't realize how awesome of a game it is until they watch one game and they realize how exciting it is. So I just think it's huge for the sport, and it's only going to be up from here. So I'm really excited to see where this takes us. I mean, we're kind of creating the history right now, and I'm excited to see for those behind us to continue to grow the sport and to really show people around the U.S. and around the country how cool volleyball is.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I think that the more volleyball grows in the United States and the more our viewership increases is the more the sport penetrates countries and areas where it's not so popular, and I've seen that with Jamaica, and I've seen many Jamaicans in the U.S. want to reach out and want to host camps and kind of develop the sport there, and I think that's a big part of the popularity too, is being able to reach young ones who look up to us who don't have the opportunity to play, and I think that's huge in making change and making the sport even bigger than it's already grown to be.
Hey, Addie Miners with WLKY out of Louisville. This is really for Aiko and then Coach too. What do you guys kind of see with the matchup? They've got really strong outside hitters. Obviously a great defensive performance last night at the net. So what do you guys kind of have to do to stop that attack tomorrow?
I think, like with a lot of our games, it'll come down to the scout and trusting it wholeheartedly, and our scouts tend to be close to perfection, so we have a lot of trust in them already. I think we just have to be the aggressors at the net. We have to own the net, like we like to say, and get to the ball first, and good things will happen when we touch balls at the net, and defense wins championships. That's what they say.
Yeah, I just think we need to not be wowed by plays that they make. So we know that they're going to make some plays that are really unbelievable, but each play is only worth 1 point. So if we can keep that in mind and stay consistent with what we do and disciplined, it'll definitely put us in a much better spot.
Any more questions?
So, Coach, I know we've been kind of pesky with the female coach thing, but also on the perspective of being somebody who's won a national championship as a player. That doesn't happen in many college sports, that somebody has a chance to be a player who won a national championship and a head coach. I know you're just focused on the match, but just to be in the position to do that, I guess what does that mean to you personally and to the program?
To the program, I think just being here is a huge deal. And means a lot, just the work put in and the people that have believed in this program and have fought for us to be here means a lot to them and to us. But to be a female that's won it as a player and a coach, potentially, I got to ask that question when I was an assistant when we won it. And, man, as a player, I felt like, man, I did this. Like, we did this as a team. And as a coach, I was just so happy for the team because I knew that feeling, and I knew that they're the ones that are sacrificing so much to be great in their sport, and that are trusting people that aren't their family day in and day out. And we're here, it's our job, but these guys are the ones sacrificing a lot of life to be great at their sport and giving so much to us. I don't know if that answered your question. That was a tangent, but I know winning as a player and a coach would be pretty surreal, and I haven't really thought about that yet.
Kendrick Haskins, waving Louisville. For both players, we have video of you all singing before you went out on the floor last night. You all are awfully loose. Where does that looseness come from within your squad?
I definitely think it comes from how comfortable we are around each other. And Danny talked about being with people who aren't our family, but our program, not just our team, our support staff, everything, we truly are just like this big, goofy family, and it makes showing up to early morning lifts so much more fun. I think the song we were singing, we sing every game day in the locker room, and sometimes when we go out on the court at home, they play it for us, and we sing it in front of the fans and kind of make big fools of ourselves. But we just like to have a good time, and if that means looking goofy, then that's what it is. It's just we just like to have a good time.
This question for Danny. I was wondering if you could comment on knowing how this event is big for the city of Omaha, and the fact that Louisville's going to have the Final Four in a couple of years, and with what you have been able to build with the success of the program and with what you had at last week's regional, how would you describe the buildup to hosting in Louisville?
Yeah, there's a huge buildup, and it's been circled on our calendar for a long time once it got announced. And it's like, man, will we even have a chance to get there? And then sure enough, we made the Final Four last year and this year. So now we know what it takes, and we know that we have a chance to get there. And I've been telling our players that might have an opportunity in 2024. Like, there's nothing like it, like in your hometowns. Like Anna DeBeer is one of them. In your hometown, in front of all your fans, and that's even a step up from Omaha, what it is to Nebraska, because that's a U of L arena. So it would be incredible, and it is a huge buildup. It's very cool to be here now, and anytime you get to the Final Four, but to do it in your home city it's a whole nother opportunity that is insanely rare.
Yeah, I guess for Anna, I believe last night you guys had, with the 10 service aces, was the most in the last decade in a national semifinal match. How big has the serve been for you personally? And obviously it was big last night, but for you personally and this team going against a team like Texas?
Well, Danny always says the answer to everything is serving tougher. So if we can't stop them in certain ways, serve tougher. If we can't do this, serve tougher. It's always just getting them out of the system. It helps open up a lot of things for us as a team. And I think we knew we had to be pretty aggressive. And Pitt is a great passing team and great team all around. So if we could get them a little shaken up, and I think Elena and I did a pretty good job of just trying to point score, because that was my goal, just to go on some runs and see what we can do with that. Not expecting that many aces, and that's huge for the team. But yeah, I just think it came down to just trusting it. We do it every day, and that helped us a lot last night.
Do we have time for a final question or two? Or no? All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A recording of this press conference will be available in the NCAA Digital Media Hub. Transcripts are provided by